First up is the M67 grenade pillow we featured in last week's Mother's Day video. Feels like a plush toy and is surprisingly soft for all your grenade cuddling needs. It's just a shame the pin and the spoon aren't removable. This makes a pretty good gift idea for a player who might already have the guns and gear that they need. I just can't imagine anyone being unhappy with a nice grenade pillow. Next up, we have the Atlas Custom Works Eotech kill flashes available in black or tan. If you're running an Eotech, most rail-mounted lens protectors sit a little bit too far forwards. We do have plastic clip-in lens protectors, but fitment tends to be a little hit or miss. This kill flash will fit on nearly any Eotech, plus a lot of Eotechs have a mirrored front lens which reflects a lot of light. Yes, it can actually give away your position if you're playing outdoors on a sunny day. Installation is as follows. First, remove the Eotech shroud. You can install over the shroud, but then the elastic is more prone to being damaged. There are 3 included elastics. Choose the one that best matches the size. We use the longest one. Arrange the 2 pieces and loop in the elastic into this configuration. Make sure everything is oriented the right way. The kill flash should sit straight up and down, or else you won't be able to see through it. The grating itself is metal and should stop multiple impacts no problem. If it does become deformed, find a small Allen key that fits and simply reshape the holes. Also from Atlas are these 2 40mm grenade launchers available in long and short models. A tried and true design, it doesn't get much more straightforward than this. Also, at about 70 bucks Canadian, it's one of the most affordable ways to get into 40mm launchers. It fit all of the standard 40mm shells we tested. However, the AI 40 mic and Master mic are such a tight fit, the label actually prevents it from fitting properly. Remove the label and it's a perfect snug fit. Also, the short version has a 10.8 centimeter tube versus the 18.5 centimeters of the long version, so some shells might stick a little too far out of the front, but it'll function just fine. These are fully constructed of metal and have quite a bit of weight to them, coming in at 591 grams and 419 grams for the long and short respectively. Remember, an Armourworks Glock is about 650 grams. The controls work well, but I did notice some play in the tube itself. I'd definitely shim it up with some tape on that rail. Moving on to some pistols, we received a pretty big shipment of Armourworks models, some old and some new. Particularly interesting is the HX26 series with included red dot sight. These slides are meant specifically to mount red dot sights, and it's not just a fragile plate that replaces the rear sight. Beyond that red dot sight, I also think this is one of the nicest looking models to come out of Armourworks, with a nice undercut grip and really nice detailing on the slide and midframe. Here's one that's fitted with an APL light and X-Cortec tracer. The X-Cortec fits the internally threaded barrel right out of the box. I think this makes a pretty good setup for someone looking to run a pistol as a primary. We also have the EMG DS series of 1911s, OEM by Armourworks, which I've been bugging the store to carry for a while now. This is a true double stack 1911 with a one-piece metal lower, as opposed to the plastic grip that you'll see on most high kappas. This gives it a fairly unique look, and I think it looks great in silver. These have been on the market for a little while now, so I wanted to ask you guys, do you think I should make a review for the DS series? Let us know in the comments down below. Latest to G&G's G2 lineup is the SR30 and the longer SR15. Officially licensed by Knights Armaments Company, the shorter one also has 300 blackout markings, which is pretty unique to see, though the SR15 has standard 5.56 markings. The G2 series of AEGs is a step up from the SRS and the ARP lines of internals. Reception has been pretty good since its launch last year, with its reinforced, strengthened mech box, its revised ETU MOSFET system, and reliable empty magazine cutoff. Compared to the standard ETU, which is already pretty snappy, the G2 feels a little bit more refined and a bit more tactile. The reset is still ultra short, so double taps are extremely fast and competitive with other MOSFETs out there. You can buy the G2 ETU separately, but it might not fit all mech boxes, especially because of that empty magazine cutoff. External quality really seems to match its higher end price tag, with very little play in the stock, perfectly matched rail height and absolutely zero play in that receiver. There's also a couple steel pieces here and there, which is always nice to see. It has an ambidextrous mag release, selector lever, and even the bolt catch, and everything works really smoothly. The features are molded into the receiver, so it's not an afterthought like we've seen on some ambidextrous controls. The high-end AEG market is a pretty tough place to be with a lot of great options. But G&G seems pretty determined to compete. I wouldn't look past the G2 just because of its humble origins. We were all pretty impressed with how tight and polished everything felt on this line. Another release from G&G is the Pistol Caliber Carbine, or the PCC9, which is basically an extended version of the AR-P9. Barrel length has been extended from 128mm up to 205mm, but to me, personally, I just think the proportions work a little bit better. It also comes with a standard buffer tube instead of the PDW style stock, which was a unique look, but ergonomically, I wasn't the biggest fan. The internals are unchanged from the AR-P9, so expect the same performance aside from the longer inner barrel. If you're like me and you prefer the looks of the PKK over the ARP, bear in mind that this is a limited edition release with only 3,000 units for the entire planet. At least it's not priced like a limited edition release, and this one's only a little bit more expensive than the standard ARP. And that about does it for this video. Make sure you check out our Fresh 50 on our website, as we're always getting in new product. As always, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you on the next one.